All right, so another art Yip Yap session that maybe some people can find some value in it, maybe learn something. I don't know, I wouldn't really call this a tutorial, but we'll see. We'll see which way the Yip Yaps take us. I have no idea what we're going to be painting today. I don't have a clue. I'm kind of feeling pyramids, but no. I always feel like this, and then I do it, and I'm just like, no. Let's do something pretty, something naturey, something bright, pretty maybe. We'll avoid planets, that's whack. And let's do a really cool sky, though. I think we can get away with doing a really cool sky still. So let's start with some white. Just gonna do some white right here in the middle. And I'm just gonna pick colors at random, to be honest with you. I think this blue is different, supposedly. Or some people say supposedly. I think it's slightly darker. And that one is also a slightly darker one. I'm not seeing it. Anyway, let's just move on to a completely different thing. How about green? There we go. And pink, because why not? I'm sure it'll look good in a second. Here's what I am gonna do. Actually, no, let's go for it right here. We're gonna take some magazine. I'm gonna do this. Do we do the star? We'll do the star because we went with kind of circle motions, I guess. Finger in the middle. Wrap it around finger. Oof. Pinch it down. Secret sauce. Secret sauce. Clear coat, as always. Now it's hot as shit out right now. If the live ends, it's because my phone had a heat stroke. But we're gonna try to get through it anyway. It shouldn't be a very long painting. We're gonna try to line this middle bit up with the middle, believe it or not. We're gonna line the middle with the middle. And we're just gonna lift it. And that looks pretty fancy. Fancy schmancy. We're gonna fold this, and we're gonna go ahead and just try to get some more texture along the outside. I don't like how it ends so abruptly. So let's just try to ease it out by doing some little taps. Doesn't need to go all the way to the end, but we want to fade it out a little bit. Right? We could do these cool, like, spacey kind of feel paintings without making a bunch of fucking planets. The planet thing can get really old. That looks really, really cool, though. Let's do... I'm just going to put a little... I'm not going to do a star in the middle, but I shall do a little boop of white. Right there. It can be our sun, if you will. And then let's just put a little bit of black in those corners, just to darken her up. I think that looks great so far. I think I'm doing a stellar job, actually. We could do something like mountains. We could. Or we could just do some sort of water thing. Maybe a couple of islands in the back. Maybe something beachy. Do something beachy. It's hot as shit out. We're definitely, it's a beachy sort of day, I guess. Some stars. Let's do some stars first. I forgot about that. Little bit of white on the finger. Flick, flick, flick off to the side to get the nasty blobs off. I like a shit ton of stars because that just floats my boat, I guess. That looks great so far. So here's what we're gonna do. We'll do a water line right here on the cap. We're going to use a cap that's on the struggle bus right now. We already have these colors right here, so I'm just going to hope that it works out. Let's add a little bit of black up top. This is where we're going to do a little tiny island. And we're going to use some secret sauce. We could use a newspaper for this, but I'm not really feeling it, so I'm just going to use my finger. Just going to carve out a tiny island. All those colors are coming up now. Just a little island out there. Maybe we have like a cliff right there because it feels right. Neat. Now let's use more secret sauce. And we're just gonna smush this. Hold on, microphone's in the way. Just kind of smush all this together just like that. What the fuck did I just knock off the table? I don't know. We'll clean that up in a second. Let's use a little bit of white just to touch up on this highlight up here. Perfect. Wow, look at that. That's fabulous. I feel like I just do waterfalls all the time, every day of my life. They're just so nice, aren't they? They're just so nice. We have all this space. I mean, how do we fill the space if not with a waterfall? I actually have an idea. That's going to be the challenge. The challenge is to not use waterfalls as a crutch. We're going to make it so it looks like we're on a cliff and we're looking out into the ocean because we're bored. So I'm going to use some white right here, just as a back. So when we use black right here, it'll pop. It'll look nice. And this is where I'm going to lose a lot of people. This is where the skill gap is really noticeable. Black on the fingers, right? Very gently, precisely, finger paint this shit in. Just fucking finger paint in some lines everywhere, wherever it feels nice. Not everyone's got that skill. I know. But with some practice, I feel like most of you could pull it off. Right there. So this is going to be the surface. And we just need to do the edges, and then we can just spray the rest in. But if we can avoid overspray, we're going to do it. Just like that. And then also remember it's a cliff, so it's going to have, you know, the cliff bit to it. So let's drag that down. That looks stellar. And just freehand that in real quick. Save us some time. Now we're going to use a sponge, synthetic sponge, general all-purpose sponge, depending on who you ask. If you ask an art snob, they're going to say synthetic sponge. If you ask any normal person, they're going to say general all-purpose sponge. You can get it from Home Depot. I get mine from Amazon. It does not matter. Just search one of those two terms. You'll probably get something that looks like this. Think like those foam brushes that are like a quarter, or used to be a quarter pre-COVID. Those. It's like that sort of material. We're going to use this. We're going to grab green. Oh, I don't have yellow. I was going to say we're going to go as close to yellow as we can, but we're going to go with some green. Let's move that shit out of the way. And we're just going to spray that green just like so, all up on there. And then I think this is like a light. Uh-oh. My cap is having difficulties. Fuck it. Hold on. Let me just steal another cap real quick. I don't feel like digging in my pockets. A little bit of this as close to yellow color as we can get right on top of that green. That's what we're doing right now. That's what we're cooking with. Whoop. So let me just reapply. Whoops, that was the yellow. I'm going to reapply some of those colors because it's hot out. Paint's drying really fast. And we're just going to tap. We're going to start from the top and we're going to tap. Right? That yellow, or close to yellow as we could possibly get, is our highlight. And we're leaving black space. Notice I'm leaving that black space there. Leave it there. Don't overdo it. Don't tap everywhere you could possibly tap. Leave some gaps. But Amethyst, where do I put the gaps? I don't know. Just put them in places. It doesn't matter. Just reapply some color. Alright, so this is what the sponge thingy tool should look like. And we're just going to do this. And we can make a little path maybe. We could definitely do that. We'll leave that shit there because we can make a bunch of nice, cool stuff in a second. Just put that cap back where it belongs. And let's make our path. For this, we're going to need some trash. This is some cardstock, as the British people may call it. If you're American. Poster board, right? This is also just the material that came wrapped around one of my canvases. It's the same exact thing, same exact type of material. That's what we got cooking. This is what I use for paint brushes. Let's go with like a brown path, right? So I'm just going to spray some brown down here on my table. I'm going to coat this up, and we're just gonna, the microphone is really in my way. We're just going to go ahead and just kind of make a path. Just kind of squiggle it in. And remember, it's going to get a little wider as it comes closer to us. And it's a dirt path. It's not some fucking Roman Colosseum type fucking perfectly made stone path, okay? It's nature, so chill. Make it uneven a little bit if you want to. Doesn't need to be straight. Just chill. Something like that? Sure. Let's add some highlights too. Let's go ahead and grab some orange, which is just a slightly lighter brown. And let's go ahead and add some highlights. I'm going to start from the bottom though, because if we're going to see those highlights, it's going to be what's closer to us. I don't know why I talk like I care about what's realistic, because none of this makes sense. And none of my artwork ever is realistic in any sort of way. But there we go, that was fun. Maybe we'll just put a little touch of whatever the hell is left on the trash up there. This is great. How about a nice palm tree? Here's how we're going to do this. We're going to get some more trash, just like so. And I want it to have a flat bit right up there at the top. And what I'm going to do is fold this in half. And we're going to make sort of like a makeshift fountain pen. So we're going to use that crease. And what we're going to do, excuse me, I'm going to spray some, I'm doing it off to the side so I don't accidentally get anything on the painting. But just going to spray some black in there. Now when we tilt it down, we can kind of see that paint pouring out. That's exactly what we're looking for. So we can do a lot with this. So let's start with some birds, because I love birds. Oh, see, that just looks stellar. These are just wonky V's, and I like to do the birds in doses, in twos. Just a nice number, kind of like it. Now I'm going to put some, my cap just fell, never mind. We're going to grab a new can, spray some more black into our makeshift fountain pen, and we're just going to go ahead and drag this up. Well, yeah, we'll have it literally right on the edge right there. And just drag it up like that. To have a neat little palm tree just kind of chilling there. That's nice. And you know what? I think we're going to have him just be lonely. He's going to chill there by himself. In the meantime, though, we can, since we still have some paint in here, we can make some other plants, right? Some like grass type thing. I don't know. Just going to kind of throw it down. It'll turn into something, I'm sure. We'll go ahead and scrape in some colors and stuff like that in a minute. But that can be grass. It could be a branch, I see. It can be anything. We'll see. Okay, but anyway, I'm actually going to take another piece of trash. I'm just going to use this, rip it off, just like so. I want something that has that like torn look to it. And we're going to make some really shitty palm trees. Just going to treat this like a paintbrush again. And the whole idea here, if I'm actually going to teach anything valuable, is when we do the brush stroke, we're lifting it in the motion. So I don't go through the motion and then lift it up. See, that gives like a really solid line. We're going, what happened to my black? Hold on. We're lifting it up in the process of moving, right? So then we kind of get that jaggedy sort of edge. That's exactly what's going on right here. So let's go ahead and do some leaves. See, we kind of get that palm look. Turn this around. Turn that around. Just go ahead and do it this way. Wow, look at that palm tree. And as we can add some little cocoa nuts, as some people say. We're gonna add some little coconuts. Let's throw this in the trash though. And we're gonna need the secret sauce. For those of you who are just joining us, this is the secret sauce. It's just clear coat. And what we're gonna do, we'll hit this. It's gonna re-wet the paint for us. Because it's a billion degrees outside right now, the paint's drying really fast. So we need to use a lot of this stuff if we want to do anything fun. What I'm going to do is just take my knife. You can take anything sharp, really. And we're just going to make some little C's in the tree. And we have coconuts. Over here, we can go ahead and do our grass. Boop. We can make little rocks, and they're turning up blue because that was the color that we placed first. The first thing that we did, and if TikTok lets me save my own live, I'm going to post this to YouTube for those of you who for some reason care that much. But the first thing that we did with this painting is we filled it up with a bunch of different colors, most of them being blue. So that's what's showing up right now. Let's toss that away. And I really don't think we have to do a whole lot else. I'm thinking we're just adding some more things of grass. I'm thinking maybe we'll just put a little light mist of something right here. We could just use white, I guess. And we could do some plants, just some up-close plants. And then that's it, because my phone is about to go into cardiac arrest here in a second from the heat. So let's finish this painting. Right, we're just using a sponge, just tapping, swiping randomly. Don't overthink it, just kind of do it. Right, we can add some color to this as well if we want, maybe. I would want to avoid green though, just because the grass is all green. I'm tired of tapping, so we'll just fill that in. What other color could we use though? We could do something really fun like pink or something. Hold on, does anyone have any suggestions? Since I know when I yip yap I can't check chat, but like if chat would like to give a suggestion on a color, I'm all for it. Orange? Orange might be really nice. We just did that on the last painting that I had done. So how about we do red, and then our highlight, our highlight to the highlight is going to be orange. Just like so. And which way do I do it? Don't think about it, just do it. Just going to tap lightly. We'll do the swipes last because they're scary. I don't know why I find this scary, but highlighting swipes is scary. There we go. There we go. Okay, I think we're just about done. This is a nice little painting that we cooked up, and well, I don't think it was a lot of time. So let's seal it up with some more secret sauce. Oh, you know what? How about we add a little bit of grass? I don't like how the tree just kind of, starts like that. So let's add some grass to kind of mask the bottom and make it look not so gross. But now we're just going to seal it up. Sign the name. And give it a squiggle. And there we go. Cooked up a nice little piece. If I could pick it up. There we go. Purple and blue would have been a nice choice, actually. But that is it.